Stay tuned for Airgun Detectives.
Welcome to another episode of Airgun Detectives. I thought I'd do something a little bit different today, but before we get started, do me a favor, if you haven't, hit the little subscribe button down there. Once again, I'm going to repeat it. If you want to be notified of our new videos when they come out, please hit the bell. And also, we always appreciate a thumbs up or some type of comment. Leave comments down below the video there, and we'd appreciate any type of feedback. Okay, so something different today. This just came in. Just got this in the mail, and I figured I would open this up right in front of you. If you don't mind, though, I'm going to throw these on. It sucks when you get over 50. You gotta wear these little readers if you want to see details up close. But anyway, I want to pull this out for the beginning. Actually, good looking box. Good looking box here. Let's get that out of the way. Okay, we got the Springfield Armory. It's an authentic looking XDM. This is the 4.5 inch barrel. And let's see what this looks like. Now, for years, I had the very first generation of the XD. I had it in the 45 and really liked it a lot. This is quite a nice little presentation here, as you can see. Got our little manual here and just kind of the way it's laid out here. Let's do this and set this magazine out. Little wrench, and that's about it. This is just a filler in here. So I'm looking at this thing first time. So, good looking. Alright, let's get that off to the side. Let's see what we have here. So we've got the XD. Set that right there so you can get a little look at it. We've got our magazine here. Supposedly this holds 20 rounds. It looks like the magazine shows it at 16. It looks like a double stacked magazine. It looks somewhat familiar to the authentic one. I can show you a couple pictures of those right here. The one that I actually have in 45 caliber. So we've got a drop-free magazine. The gun feels really good in the hand actually. You've got it looks like a backstrap safety here, just like the authentic one, and you also have a trigger safety here. The trigger won't pull. You can't engage the trigger unless that little lever is pushed first, so that's kind of nice. Well, you got a authentic metal slide. You have a authentic slide stop right here on this side. You can make that go forward, obviously. We've got looks like fiber optic front sight, and then we've got the 2-dot in the rear sight. This is nice. This one has like a full blowback. You can see this slide, and it's got some pretty good tension on it too. Let's see what this thing weighs, just out of curiosity. This gun weighs, there's no CO2 in it, so just think about that. We would have to add CO2 and BBs to it. But that's 1 pound, 13 ounces. So 1 pound, I don't know if you can see this, but it's 1 pound, 13 ounces. So it feels really good. You have a polymer frame, which is a fancy word for saying plastic, but it feels very quality. Oh, it looks like it comes with a total of 3 different back straps. These are if you want to, I guess the thickness of these are a little different, so you can actually change out these back straps on the back. And it looks to me there's a little pin in here. You just got to pop that little pin out, and then you can swap these out. What's that? Doesn't seem too difficult. It's really a good looking gun. You also get your CO2 wrench, comes with that. Set these off to the side. Let's see what the trigger is. Oh, the trigger is sweet. I'm telling you, that's got to be under 2 pounds. That trigger. That is nice, and you got a nice sight system. So anyway, they're claiming it's about 1.9 pounds. We had 1 pound, 13 ounces. Okay, so we're close. They're claiming that this will do about 325 feet per second, and that's with the 5.1 grain BBs. And we're going to test that out. and we'll just see how that is. But it's a good looking gun. This thing just came out. I believe, yeah, Air Venturi is the one that's backing the manufacturing on this, but it's a good looking gun. It looks like it has a threaded front barrel, if you can see that right there. And I'm sure you could probably try to put some type of accessory on that. Oh, by the way, it does have an ambidextrous slide release. And what that basically means, if you don't need it, there's a button on either side. There's a button here and a button here, and you can release the slide on either side, as you can see here. So either side. So let's move on and test this thing out. Let's see how well it does. See what type of velocity we got, and I'm dying to test that trick. All right, we got our Springfield XD here. We're going to do a little Chrony test on it. Hey, before we got started, I just want to warn you guys. I just put a fresh CO2 in this. When you put the CO2 in, be very careful that this screw that goes in the bottom that actually puts the pressure on the CO2 that causes the piercing, make sure you don't cross thread that, because I noticed in this magazine that would be very easy to do. So after you drop your CO2 in, I would start it with your finger and get the thread started before you snug it down with your Allen wrench. So let's get this going, and let's see what type of feet per second we get out of this. All right, shot 1, 323. Shot 2, 314. Shot 3, 315. Shot 4, 316. Let's do one more. 317. All right, that's respectable feet per second. Let's move on to our next segment. All right, we're going to try to test some accuracy with our Springfield XD and see what we get. We're about 30 feet back. This gun shoots. I know it shoots a little low and to the left. I've shot a few rounds through it, so I'm going to try to aim really high at the top of that target and see how this works out. Yes, I'm wearing these glasses again, just for your benefit, so you can get this perspective. If you don't like the perspective behind the gun, let me know, and I'll quit wearing them. Believe me, they're not that much fun to wear. Okay, let's see where we're at here. Okay, I'm going to aim high on the target. It's a very smooth gun. Let's do one more. Okay, that's a Springfield XD in action. And, well, you saw how it shoots. It shoots extremely low. I was aiming at the top of that target. Let's wrap this segment up. Okay, let's do a real quick trigger test on this and see what our pull weight is. Of course, got to make sure we hold that safety strap down and we engage the safety in the front trigger here. So let's see what we got. All right. Well, that was 3 pounds 11 ounces. That's surprising. You know, when I was pulling it initially, let's do one more. I was pulling this initially, it was without the CO2. Yeah, 3 pounds 12 ounces. So you're looking, that's about your average. 3 pounds, we had 11, 3 pounds 12 ounces. So that's your trigger. I mean, it feels good. There's no question about it. It's a good feeling trigger, but a little heavier than I actually thought. Move on. All right, we're ready for a little plinking section with our XD, our Springfield. Let me put on your guys' favorite glasses. Hey, these things work half the time, so I might be just getting ready to eliminate them from the program, but we'll see. All right, so we got our XD. Let's see if we can do just a little bit of plinking. Now remember, this thing shoots really low, so I got to aim high on everything. So, oh, we got that one. Not bad. Not bad. And let's go down to something a little bigger. We'll go down to the bottom row. There you go. 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 And yes. Yep, and can we get that top one? And we did. So there's your plinking for your XD. Not too shabby. said, if the point of the aim was right on, I'm telling you, this gun would be such a winner. They need to work on that. All right, let's move on to our next section. All right, let's wrap up our review on our Springfield Armory XD. I'll start with the fact that I really like the gun, but I'm going to start with some negatives. Number one negative, the magazine. The way this thing is set up, there's going to be issues, I have no doubt. First of all, the way this threads in, you have like a steel cap that threads into some aluminum. This can be cross-threaded very, very easily. So what I'm suggesting is when you drop your CO2 in, start this with your finger and try to get it lined up nice and even before you cinch it down. That could be a potential problem. I noticed that. The other one is they put a plastic follower in here. I promise you, at some point, it's going to break sooner than later. They should have went with more of a metal one. And this comes with some little goofy tool that kind of helps hold the slide down. I don't know why they just didn't make out of metal and put a nice little tab that you can catch your finger on it and pull this thing back. That's going to be a problem. Anyway, just so you know, that's going to be a problem. So hopefully maybe they'll address that in time. My number two gripe with this gun is the point of aim. And that's my gripe with any of these fixed sights guns. The fact is that it's so frustrating when you're trying to enjoy this thing and aim at a target and the thing's shooting, 10 inches low and 4 inches, to the left. That's not good. They need to fix that. There need to be a little bit more quality control. Okay, that being it, that's kind of my negative on this thing. The positive on this is a great replica of the XD. As I said before, I carried this gun, and the original generation, fantastic gun. I love the safety setups with the extra backstrap safety here, as well as the trigger safety. And I love the angle of the gun. Some of you guys who have shot the Glocks, especially I know the Glock and the 45, the angle of the grip is really drastic. I just love the angle of this grip. It fits really nice in the hand. It's a very smooth shooter. I love the fact it's got the full blowback. This thing blows back, all the way, and it's a solid blowback. You can really feel it. It's crisp and solid. So it's a smooth shooter. The trigger, I like the trigger. The trigger's terrific. It's about, as we tested, about a 3-pound trigger. So I like that fact that that goes. Also, a huge positive is there's none of that horrible white writing on the side of this gun. Like so many times I've had to remove off of different types of air guns. So the white writing is not on there. And another big positive, believe it or not, is this. You actually get a box with this gun, and it's a nice box. Here's a note. This clamshell stuff, this is horrible. This is horrible. Air gun manufacturers, listen to us. That stuff's crap. We don't want any part of that. We'll pay an extra $3 to $5. Give us a box. Then you have something to store the gun in. You can stack it on a shelf, what have you. It makes it much more of a collector's item for the future, too. So that's a positive. So it comes with that. You're going to get you're going to get about 3 to 3.5 magazines out of this. That means about 60 to 70 rounds. As you saw, we tested the feet per second. The manufacturer claimed this would get 325 feet per second. We got really close. Our high was 323, and we averaged 317. So I'd say we're right there. But keep in mind, that was a warm day, obviously, that I was shooting this, and we were getting maximum performance as far as the CO2 goes. So, regardless, it performed well on that. But other than that, as far as rating goes on this thing, if they would address the magazine and the point of aim issue, this would get a much higher rating. But I'm going to give it 3.5 stars, and I think that's fair. Make the adjustments that I'm talking about, and maybe we'll reevaluate it and go from there. But right now, 3.5 stars. So I want to thank you for tuning in to an episode of Airgun Detectives, where we take the mystery out of the air gun. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button down below. And once again, if you'd like to be notified about our new videos coming out, hit the little bell. And always, please, we like your feedback. Please give us a thumbs up if you like what you see, so we can continue making these videos or make adjustments, because we're just starting out on this thing. And we're going to hit some bumpy roads on the way, but I'm going to try to come up with a really good, smooth product that you guys really enjoy watching. And so I've got some changes and some different ideas of things in the future. But again, until next time, stay tuned to Airgun Detectives, where we take the mystery out of the airgun.